Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to episode 23 of our Back to School month, our 30 favorite albums of our high school years. That's what we're celebrating this month, right? All the kids are going back to school, whatever school they may be going to, kindergarten, grade school, junior high, high school, college, whatever it might be. But we're talking about our favorite albums of our high school years, because that's typically when most people really start to get into music as kids, right? So for me, here in the States, high school, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grades, ages 14 to 18, my high school years, 1980 to 1984, and perhaps the soundtrack to many people that I knew and grew up with during those 4 years, especially my freshman year, released July 25th, 1980, produced by Mr. Robert John Mutt Lang himself for Atlantic Records. I'm talking about Back in Black. Yes, first album without the late Bon Scott, right? The seventh studio album by this great Australian band. Heavy rockin' band, right? Blues rockin' band, whatever you want to call them. You got the Young brothers, of course, Angus Young on lead guitar, Malcolm Young, the riff master on rhythm guitar, backing vocals, Cliff Williams on bass and backing vocals, and of course Phil Rudd on drums. You know, next to the lineup with Bon Scott, with these same guys, you could also argue that, you know, this is probably the best-selling, most well-known lineup of AC/DC. Of course, you know, this lineup created two of their biggest selling albums, this one and the one that comes after, For Those About to Rock. But then, you know, you had the couple albums that came before it with Bon Scott, all legendary albums. And this, of course, has the immense production from Mutt Lang on it. Yeah, I mean, we all listened to this over and over and over again. Like I said, it was hard to get away. You couldn't get away from this album in 1980. So, you know, again, me as a young kid, 14 years old, just turned 14 in January of 1980, this was, you know, as a kid coming from, you know, Kiss and Eagles and ELO and Steve Miller Band and Wings and Meatloaf and, you know, Kansas, Little Yes, Little Genesis, Boston, the first Boston album, and just starting to get into like Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and all that sort of thing. You know, this came out and this album was immense. It was everywhere. No matter where you went, you heard You Shook Me All Night Long, or you heard the title track, right? Ironically enough, I never saw AC/DC in concert till many years later. Somehow I got throughout the 80s never seeing AC/DC live. I saw tons of other concerts. I don't know why. Couldn't explain to you why. Just didn't work out, right? But, you know, bought all their albums and I've always been a fan. So, but yeah, this album, I love the production of this album. The songs are great. Hell's Bells, Shoot to Thrill, What Do You Do for Money, Honey, Giving the Dog a Bone, Let Me Put My Love Into You. Of course, the title track, Back in Black. What a killer riff that still is. You know, another one of those songs I never, ever need to hear again. You Shook Me All Night Long. I wasn't even a big fan of it back in the day. You know, a lot of people always try to argue with me. They're always like, but Pete, it's their biggest hit ever. It was a hit for a reason. How can you not like that song? It's like there's no written rule that says you need to like a band's biggest hits, right? I never really liked You Shook Me All Night Long. I don't know. Is it fun? Is it well written? Is it hooky and catchy? Of course it is. It's just not really for me. I would take any other song on this album over that any day. Have a Drink on Me. Great song. Shake a Leg. I always love Shake a Leg. Shake a Leg, man, cooks. Love that. And then you got the kind of lunk-headed but still fun rock and roll Noise Pollution. I mean, this whole album just, man, the production of the guitar riffs are just so, man, just heavy and just perfect and just, yeah, this is one of the great sounding like hard rock albums of all time, whether you want to call it metal or not. Yeah, I never really considered AC/DC metal, but really big sounding bluesy heavy rock, sure. But yeah, this album is part of just any headbanger, any true headbanger or person who likes hard rock and metal, no matter how old you are. Well, if you're my age, you have to. This is just, you know, this is part of your life, this album. There's no way around it. Back in Black, stack. I mean, come on. those guys, just legendary album. And people talked about this album all throughout my high school years. And then, For Those About to Rock came out not long after. It was basically part two of this, not quite as good. And we all loved that as well. So, Back in Black had to be on here somewhere. So is my choice for my pick for today, day 23. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know what you think of Back in Black down in the comments below, as well as list your pick for day 23. All right. So everybody's got different high school years. So whether you graduated, went to school in the 70s, the 60s, the 80s, the 90s, or the 2000s, right? Let us know your pick today for day 23 that comes from your overall list of 30 as we're winding down, right? Ironically enough, this monthly show will end the day before Sea of Tranquility Fall Fest. So thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please hit that like button before you leave. Very, very important. And we'll see you tomorrow with another of our Back to School month, our favorite 30 albums of our high school year. Stay tuned just a little bit. Myself and Mr. Martin Popoff are up to no good once again. So the fun house is coming right at you. So see you all there. Take care. Bye-bye.